Previously on Viva La Cosplay.
Hey, now we're inside. Look at her, she's so pretty. We gotta get foam. Foam's over here. So I just wanted to give you a rundown of the materials that we use. We use a lot of craft foam stuff that we bought from Hobby Lobby. We prefer, instead of hot glue, we prefer to use this contact cement. I find it holds a lot better than hot glue. A lot of things that we've made in the past are now falling apart with hot glue, but they are holding a lot better with the cement.
Hey guys, this is Sam from Zin Studios. I just wanted to give you a super quick insight into Pepakura, which I'm going to use to make my Star Wars Darth Raven mask. Pepakura essentially takes a 3D model, usually any video game characters, any movie shots, and basically just removes the texture and gives you a basic 3D model, and then you put it in Pepakura and it flattens it out. Every Iron Man you've ever seen, every Halo you've ever seen, every Spaceman you've ever seen, all use Pepakura to get those molds. So let me show you what it looks like.
Nikki, sometimes I get temporary lapses in confidence.
Why?
Because all these things look like doo-doo. I don't know what to do about it.
Let us see it and see if it really looks like doo-doo.
Yeah.
Does it look like hooves?
I don't know.
Does it look like hooves? What are you talking about?
I just gotta keep going until it looks good. Then I'll be happy.
So sometimes when you go to Goodwill, you have the best of luck and you find exactly what you need in like 5 minutes and you're good to go. This is not one of them. I'll keep looking and maybe I'll find another route, but it's looking like I'm going to be doing the tunic from scratch. So basically, yeah, I'm here in the cosplay workshop and I'm working on Azrael from Batman. There has been so many times where I just try to make do with something I can find at Goodwill because it's like cheaper. You know, you can buy like a blanket or a quilt or a tablecloth or something that's the right color and interesting texture and stuff. So I mean, you can use stuff like that. At least I do anyway. Loki, get down. That's how we get him down.
If I told you before I was making Kylo Ren, I lied. Then I thought I was gonna make Darth Redman. I lied then too. This time it's not a lie. This time it's total truth. Oh. I'll be making HK-47, which is from Knights of the Old Republic, otherwise known as KOTOR. He's the super sassy assassination droid. Wow, try saying that 10 times fast. The super sassy assassination droid. Compile all of your pictures together in one folder. Don't be like, oh, I remember that website. You want a quick and easy place to run back to and grab that reference.
And now we get to the part called distressing, and that's like actually distressing sometimes because you do put all this work into it, and now I have covered it in hot glue. And I know that's details that are going to be great looking. I know that's exactly the point. I know it's going to look amazing when the smoke starts coming out of it, but I set it on fire! The less I can make it look like a costume, the better.
And right now I'm slowly working on Emma Frost. I'm doing Emma Frost from X-Men. This is the bodysuit that I'm making for it. It's kind of like very similar to a Playboy bunny suit. I wanted that sexy flair to it. I'm still going to try to make this as modest as possible, but it's going to be sexy-ish. Maybe. And I'm really, really excited because I like Sparkle a lot.
Jesse, why are you cutting?
There's so many scissors in this room, I don't think anyone would have noticed.
I'm making ears.
That's it.
How? With wire, a wire frame, and I'm gonna wrap some fur around it, and we're gonna see how it works out.
We actually use the same technique for my rocket ears. Season 1, Viva La Cosplay.
Success! And I can honestly say I'm really happy with the result. 90% visibility, which is enough for pictures and slight navigation around a con.
I'm doing an armored flare on with Katie Fleming. I love it. I am really excited. She's an amazing girl. I can't wait to work on more costumes with her. Things take a long time to get here. I have to order everything. My closest Walmart is 45 minutes. Right now in the summer it's like an hour and 10 minutes because traffic's so bad. They sell fabric, not a lot. It's expensive. I don't have a fabric store within 2 hours. I don't have any craft store or supply store within 2 hours. I have a Lowe's that's 30 minutes at the beach. I don't have a lot of accessibility, so everything has to be shipped to me. You know, some costumes. I'm probably gonna make some costumes on the show. Like there will be things that are like this and like this, and then they turn into like a costume.
This is Viva La Cosplay. In Williamsburg, Virginia, Andrew's armor build becomes a little harder than he thought.
So we're down here in the cosplay room, and Otakon has come and gone. That was a great success. But now Dragon Con is bearing down on me like a actual dragon. It's... oh god. Oh, and I just stuck my elbow in the paint. Look, I'm Rorschach. Ah. This paint is from the Loris Tyrell Knight of Flowers armor, which was originally going to be made out of aluminum, but then the friend of mine who had the forge couldn't do it, and so now I have to make it out of foam. I've got a bunch of it done, but it requires an insane amount of meticulous black edging. I have been doing this now for probably 50 hours on piece after piece after piece after piece because plate armor is ridiculous, and I am ridiculous. Although the different pieces are in different levels of completion, the elbow guards, oh my god, the elbow guards that are going on these beautiful Rorschach test elbows, they have made me cry. I have been through so many aborted, impossible versions. I don't know what armorer crawled from the depths of hell to make that shape, but it curve back on its curves, and it has a million planes, and it might be physically impossible if you don't have metal, or at least warbler. Right now, I would probably cut out a kidney with a spoon for a sheet of warbler, but I'm broke, so no warbler for me! Ha! But I figured I might as well take you guys with me on the epic journey that is going to be elbow guards, start to finish. Take 6? Yeah.
In Charlottesville, Zin prepare for a night out in support of a local con.
I'm doing my Death from Sandman, which is very pale, so I gotta put on white paint. And she has black hair, and I bought this stuff, this Manic Panic. It's supposed to be a temporary hair color. I made my hair a little bit darker, didn't really make it black, but well, we're going someplace that's probably gonna be pretty dark. So.
Where are we going?
The MegaCon Cosplay Ball. It's at the Jefferson Theater.
Right here in Seaville. Should be fun. There'll be some DJing and some music and see some friends. Gotta support your local conventions.
Yeah, we have a couple good friends who help organize this, so we like to cosplay, so hence let's go. It's a perfect place. Why are you not an American when you're going to the bathroom?
Why?
Because European!
What did that fish say when he ran into the wall?
Ouch.
Damn.
Dumb.
Good.
Too many friends.
What are you working on, honey? Show the camera. It's okay. Cosplay problems.
I'm working on some horns for the Queen of Pain. I made some horns out of clay, and I had the intention of trying to make a mold, and that did not turn out well. The essence of time, I got a poo noodle, and it took about 13,000 tries, but I got it into a shape I like. Not 100% happy with this. Don't know if I ever will be, but because Wizard World Richmond is very soon.
2 weeks, Nikki.
I'm getting there.
2 weeks.
Do it. You can do it. I always do.
So far.
So we gotta do what we gotta do.
This is my wig. It's coming along. It's getting there. It's supposed to be spiked like completely back, like in a big triangle.
Almost like Freakazoid.
Yeah, like Freakazoid.
Where's this
but
straight
I'm
back?
having problems with that because one, it's not the best wig. So when I pull the bangs back like that, it just looks pretty horrible. And it's supposed to be like that all the way around. But what's cool about this character is that she's got a kind of a cool helmet that one piece comes down like this, and then she's got two side pieces. So what we're thinking of doing is pulling these bangs and gluing them to the side, and then having the two side pieces cover that, and then this one middle one. So then it should hopefully hide all this mess. See how that goes. Okay.
Meanwhile, Sam can't get a grip on his power fist.
What? Huh? Hi. So I did finish my big old power fist, yay, for my Space Marine. I did not accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. The fingers, they do move, right? Basically, I don't have a harness set up within them to make them move well. Like they barely move, but like I can't do this motion while wearing this suit. Essentially, the material is not good. I just use 5mm foam. And basically, so when they pull, the foam actually bends and gives. So they end up like pulling like in the wrong direction. So essentially, the material is too flimsy to give a really up and down motion. So I will remake them. What I'm gonna do this time around is use Sintra, which is a thermoplastic. It's basically like poster board, but it's plastic, and it's nice and rigid, and it'll work perfect for doing the fingers. And so there'll be, you know, big plastic fingers that'll just easily move up and down. And there's not much, there's a little bit of give, of course, but not that much. But, like, you know, it looks sweet though. You know, the proportions are right, looks tough, but fingers don't move, which makes me upset. I can grab kids' heads with it, so we're good to go.
In Richmond, Matt continues to piece together the puzzle that is his Azrael cosplay.
I am a busy bee today. I am trying to get as far as I can with what rest of the weekend I have, because although I have 3 weeks until Wizard World, I would love to try to like be done like way early if I could, like at least have like a whole week before the con to like prepare and do, you know, have myself prepared for other things, and also maybe to allow myself some time to tweak the Doom costume. He looks weird right now because he's got a piece of my Azrael armor on top of his head. He kind of looks like the Tin Man. But anyway, I'm just here trying to crank out the rest of the armor, trying to figure out the strapping and stuff for like how the armor is going to like attach to the strapping, or actually even this shoulder pad will actually be connected directly to the tunic. Also, I'm going to work on closing the tunic in, hopefully, and that's going to require some sewing. I don't know about that. We'll see. I know ways around sewing, if you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, I'll show you. Or I'll show you later anyway. Not right now. Right now I'm working on armor, so I'm not worried about that. I went ahead and connected the two shoulder pieces together and kind of gave them some, leeway. Now the cool thing, and why I haven't painted these yet, is because I'm actually going to try something new. I gotta give Jackie Craft a big shout out right now for giving me the idea to use resin coating on this. I thought about doing either that or chalkboard paint like the good people at Zin Studios, but I think I'm going to try resin because this doesn't really need to be that flexible, and it would actually be kind of cooler if it was like a harder plastic. So I'm going to try it out, and we're going to try to tread some new ground, some new cosplay ground, if you will. And then here I've actually gone ahead and started one of the gauntlets. This would be the gauntlet that doesn't have a weapon attached to it. This will have kind of some Batman-esque blades coming off the forearm. As I showed you a little bit before, I'm working on the strapping, and basically all I did was use roll foam and cut this into straps. I haven't heat treated it yet because I'm actually going to be adding like little details and stuff to it, and I want to do that before I heat treat it. So there's going to be like a little hook and stuff here. I have been to Goodwill several times. I've been to Target, I've been a couple other places, and I just can't find black like cargo pants. It's strange because I feel like I see them all the time, but now that I need them, they're not there. So I'm going to hope that Walmart has it. I'll see, I'll try my luck with that.
Back in Luray, Katie starts yet another cosplay for a future collaboration.
Hello everybody! So I'm actually working on things. Not very much, but I am working on some stuff. You can probably guess what this is. This is antennas. I'm actually doing a really silly fun cosplay. It is going to be Butterfree from Pokemon. I love Butterfree, he's so cute. But I'm doing this crazy like belly dancer style Butterfree, and I designed this myself with some inspiration from some artwork that I found online. Oh man, I wish I could tell you who it was. So bad for that. And it's also greatly inspired by Jessica Negri's Evolutions. I absolutely, when I saw them, I just fell in love with it. I just thought it was an adorable concept and idea. So I decided to do kind of my own and make Butterfree cute and stuff. Not that Butterfree isn't already cute, but I'm doing it really, really fancy and sparkly and all that jazz, so I'm super excited. But I want to talk about, I'm doing little antenna, but I have a headband, and I had a whole bunch of fake flowers, this being one of them that I sparkled up a little bit. But this was the stem of the fake flower, and I bent it, it was a really long stem, and I bent it into like a horseshoe shape like you see here. And then I found some beads from Michael's, and I use those for the top. And then I have like little rhinestones that I'm going to put on the top too. And then I I painted this black, and then I glitterified the antenna. So yeah, it's kind of cool because you're kind of like repurposing something that you normally would have just discarded. For instance, this one being the stem of the flower. So I think that's really cool. You could always find like random materials around like that, like little things that you wouldn't think of to make it. Most, I think, would go out and buy like wire to make antenna. But I was like, hey, even like something like a straw would be a good like antenna, and it's cheap. How I attach the top, that's really what I wanted to talk about, is Warbler. This is actually Warbler. It was just little scrap pieces that I had left over from prior projects, and I just wrapped it around. I ripped off all the cloth that's on this and revealed the plastic part underneath, and that made the Warbler stick to the plastic, and then I just reinforced it on the top, so now it's just like it stays and it's perfect. So now I have little antennas. I'm a dork. But then I'm going to be embellishing this whole thing with a whole bunch of flowers. I have some red flowers for kind of to mimic Butterfree's red eyes a little bit. I'm super excited about this, but I just wanted to talk to you about how I attach this. Warbler is such a fantastic thing for not only armor making, but like attaching things, permanently affixing things to things. It's the best way to describe it, but I love it! Oh, here is the bra top for my Butterfree, and it's gonna have definitely more. It's gonna have some hand beading on it. It's gonna have like this wrap thing around it. This is definitely like the sexier route of things, which is definitely not me, but I'm excited. Kind of branch out a little bit.
Ready, aim, fire.
I'm just shopping right now for HK's front mouth nose area. I don't know how you were to say it, but it almost looks like a graded mesh sort of thing. Even if it's really not, I want something that'll look pretty cool close to it, something that's robotic-ish, I guess. I'm just at Menards right now looking at kind of the mesh wiring that they have. It's always good to kind of shop around and see what your different options are, I guess. But I'm still on the lookout for that colored plastic that I need for the eyes. And no one has it, which is weird because I've ran into it a lot in the past, but when you need it, so you can't find it. But I found the mesh. Yeah. So let me show you what I did buy. I bought out all of the large, medium thickness craft foam pieces at Hobby Lobby. I bought 15 of them all together. Again, bought out all the pink ones. They come in really thick to really thin slices. I just like getting the medium ones. I like getting lighter colored foam because when you're drawing and making the patterns, you obviously want to see them, and I don't know, it just became a habit of getting the pink colored ones, so that's why pink. And then at Menards, I purchased some screen grate stuff, like I guess for doors or windows or something. But this is supposed to be for the front mouth area of HK47. Because, you know, it's fun sometimes to repurpose or buy different types of material that has like different actual texture. It can be kind of fun. So yeah. Those are my purchases. Oh wait, it actually says right in here. Aluminum, aluminium, aluminio. Anemonemana. Manamana. Dun, 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 dun. It's bright, brilliant, brillante. Ah. It's just been a really crazy week. I haven't been able to work on much stuff, but I have a few things done that I really want to show you, and it's cool so far. So it's also been really hot. Being really hot sucks my brain power. So I've decided to start working on HK's head. I mean, it'll be a helmet for me, but for him he's a robot, so it's his head. I decided to work on that first because with the LEDs, the voice changer inside, and the fact I've never done a helmet before means it's probably gonna be one of the harder pieces for me to work with, which is why I just wanna get it done, out of the way, instead of, you know, like waiting for it to be the last thing to finish and then probably, like every other cosplay out there, like, oh, it's the night before, I should probably finish some things. I'd rather finish easy things like gloves or shoes versus, you know, a whole helmet. HK has this really weird shaped head, and it wouldn't fit on normally as like a helmet. Thered have to be some sort of padding inside of it. I don't want to mess with that. So what I decided to do is do a cheat method. Cheating. I am repurposing an old bike helmet. Yay! And I'm building the head off of this. Like you can kind of see I have half of the base already done, and then from there everything's going to be built onto it. But it's important to have a good accurate base, otherwise when you build more stuff on top of it, if this isn't right, your rest of your stuff is usually not going to look right. So your first stages on anything, sewing, armor making, is going to be very important to get accurate and right. So what I did originally was I wrapped this in that sandwich cling wrap stuff, which you see right here, and then I covered it with blue painter's tape. So, I mean, the whole thing was covered, and I just cut it down the middle, and I separated it into 3 flat pieces, so it'd be easier to cut out. So with my pattern, I cut craft foam out, my craft foam pieces, and then I cut out warbler pieces. Now since I'm using the sandwich method, I have a front and back. always make sure to have a little bit extra Worbla, so it's like a little bit bigger than your craft foam piece, because otherwise when you're like sandwiching these pieces together and then cutting it, it like seals it, but you don't want, I mean, you want there to be that little bit of extra space there to cover the ends, otherwise it's not gonna work correctly. So extra Worbla space is a good thing. So look like that, then I'll heat it up and bend it to shape once the other 3 pieces are done, and it makes this, which obviously again is just half the piece. You don't have to have Worbla on both sides. Some people only have it on the front side, and then it's like you can see the craft foam underneath. That's just to save on money and resources when you're doing that. Now, I feel like I have to do it both sides just because I need this sticky part to stick on the helmet when I heat it back up again, when, I mean, this part is here, so that it's, you know, sticks and stays on my helmet, and then again, working off from there. So that's just why I did that. Oh, make sure to always save your pattern pieces too, because you never know when you'll need to use them again. I have this whole drawer over here of like cool pattern pieces that I don't know when I will use again, but yeah, you know, you never know. I'll have to show you me working on this when it actually becomes more exciting instead of just the base for it. But the base should be done tonight, and I'll start making up some mock drawings. So I'm going to, well, I ran out of like Worbla sheets. It's ordered and in the mail, and so next weekend I can start working on more of the stuff. For now, since I can only finish the base of the helmet, I can't, you know, I don't have any other Worbla to make any of the other pieces. I'm at least gonna work ahead and start making the patterns for like the front of the face, some of the designs on the helmet, cut out some of the craft foam with it. I just took it all. Make it rain foam. Make it rain foam, woo! So I'll start making the pattern pieces, cut out the craft foam, and prepare the pieces for when I get the Worbla in next weekend. So at least I'll be, you know, prepared and ready to go instead of procrastinating, which I seem to do sometimes.
And fire.
In Newport news, Elana makes some last-minute changes.
I'm going to be explaining a couple things here. First of all being, I just came to the conclusion in August it is very, very hot. I've made the mistake of wearing armor in the summer before, and it was miserable, so I don't want to make that mistake again, and I'm going to hold off on my Boba Fett until November when it's going to be much cooler and I'll be much more comfortable. So I decided for August I'm going to wear Ariel, which I made for Tidewater Con and didn't go to Tidewater Con, so I figured I might as well wear it, right? You made it. I decided to show you all the skirt. This is the part that I think was the hardest because I'm not very good at sewing. All I did was get a pattern for a skirt, which is cut into like 2 or 3 panels, and then you just kind of sew them together, and my seams are disgusting. Don't pay attention. Then I took a pair of sweatpants I don't wear anymore and busted the elastic for the waistband out of them and put that in, and it fits about here like a high-waisted skirt because I don't know, I just thought that style would be good. It comes down to my feet, so there's lots of fabric, so much fabric. There's that, and then I ordered a corset online, which I can't seem to find right now. I had dyed a white shirt that I already own and made it blue to fit, but upon looking through more pictures of Ariel, I kind of think I'm gonna make myself a new shirt, as well as I still need to make her hair bow to match her skirt, and I think I have leftover fabric for that, and that'll be my chronicles for the next couple weeks up until August, as well as me starting some of my other things. I gotta order some Worbla. Ugh. But I promise I'll take you all on that adventure and you can watch me cry at my empty bank account when it's done.
The con season is just ramping up. And with Wizard World Richmond just a few weeks away, our cosplayers are frantically preparing to go in front of the crowd and the guest judges. Will our cast beat the clock before hitting the con floor? Find out next time on Viva La Cosplay.